Hey everyone, my name is Allison and welcome to the Soul Collective. Today we are doing a flow for your menstrual cycle, for PMSing, cramps especially. I think this flow rang really true to me when I was in bed cramping and I just needed to get on the floor and hit that child's pose. So this flow does not require any props. I have my bolster, which could be replaced by a pillow at home. I have a block, optional as well. All of the postures are gonna have an option to use these props or just to use what you have at home or none of it. So be very gentle with yourself. Whatever movement feels right for you, follow it. What doesn't feel right for you, listen to your body. I'm here to guide you all, but at the end of the day, you are your greatest guide, and that's the best reminder that you could keep with you throughout my practice. If you're maybe joining anybody else and following them as they lead a practice, but just a reminder, it's always your practice, even if you're paying to attend somebody else's. So let's get started. In this comfortable seat here, I like to have my bolster under me. It allows my spine to stand tall, everything to be in line, my pelvic floor or my root in line with my crown. Allowing an open channel to breathe, inhaling all the way into the belly and exhaling through a straw. If you're cramping, feel free to move if you need to. But continue with those deep breaths. Imagining yourself almost breathing through that pelvic floor, breathing through the ovaries, the womb. And exhale, releasing. Two more of these. Last one. Allowing the hands to rest on the lower belly, the sacrum. Feeling that warmth from the palms spreading into the body, through the skin, through the clothing. Taking a moment to be grateful that your body can create such beautiful things, that your body can shed. That right now we're either reaching that point of shedding or already shedding. Noticing all the magnificent things that happened in this cycle and knowing that you can start anew, you can repeat, you can refresh. Saying thank you to this body for supporting you, for allowing you to shed. Maybe setting your intention for your practice today. Today my intention is to heal, to feel better, to be able to breathe through discomfort. Because sometimes behind that discomfort there's something absolutely magnificent and beautiful happening, which is our period. Letting the hands rest on the knees, the eyes gently open up. Welcome everyone. We're going to begin with some gentle stretches. You can either keep that bolster under you or remove it. Since I'm going to be moving a bit, I'm going to move the bolster up to you. We're going to inhale, chin rises up, heart pumps up. And on the exhale, chin to chest and round the spine. We're doing some seated cat-cows. Taking as long as you need from the inhales to the exhales, the points in between if you'd like to hold the breath. There's no rush. We're gonna do a few of these. And if you wanna do more, you can always feel free to pause the video. I personally like to rock from side to side when my back is arched. almost massaging my ovaries. You can also pulsate the navel a little bit here. Up to you as you do those cat-cows. But breathing into your body. Breathing into where there's pain, discomfort, if there is. Bringing your attention to the cycles of your body. How we open and close. Last one of these. When you finish with that cycle, we meet at center. Our left hand presses into our mat. You can also use a block if you want to keep it gentle. And the right arm can reach over. Can either reach up or over. Feel it out. Our props are here to help us. I always tell people not to shy away from props. Breathing into the right lung, the right hip. Trying to keep that right knee down to really feel the stretch on the side. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe on the inhale you'd like to look up a little more. And on the exhale, bring it to center, either using the props on the right side or just reaching that left arm over. Being intentional, breathing into the left rib cage, the left lung. We'll do one more inhale and exhale here, maybe opening up through the left shoulder and looking up. Slowly coming back to center. So I'm going to turn to my side. We're going to bend our right knee to our right side, bringing that left leg in front of us, knee and ankle in line, and then almost as if that right knee is coming into that left sole of the foot. We're going to twist to the left side. You can either use your bolster to prop yourself down or drop down to the elbows for a twist here. Feeling like the head is just going to melt down into the earth. Softening the shoulders and the elbows, the fingertips. And bringing your attention to your sacrum once again. Your root as well, because it's that point of release. And allow yourself to feel light in your body, almost a cool sensation. Spreading throughout the skin. Yet there's a warmth all throughout your organs, your heart, your womb. Inhale. Exhale, straw. Once more, inhale. And on the exhale, gently push yourselves up, letting those knees come in front of you. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Right leg bends in front of you, left knee to the left side, and you gently twist. Once again, maybe you want to use this bolster as you drop down, maybe bringing the elbows to the bolster, resting on the side. Feel it out. It's hard to get to your mat, especially when you're in discomfort. Sometimes we tend to feel a little shy about our periods, almost as if there's something to feel shy about when there's something magnificent happening in our bodies, but we worry if we leak and it shows on our leggings at a yoga class. if you wear leggings. Sometimes we feel physically uncomfortable. So just allow your body, your emotions, your mind to all merge, to settle into each other. And if there's one thing we should feel, it's at home. We should feel gratitude for taking a moment to connect with our bodies in this really powerful time. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. On the exhale, begin to push yourself up, releasing the legs. And now we're gonna come into a child's pose. I'm like doing circles on my mat today, but you can either take your normal child's pose or you can bring your bolster in and do a supported child's pose, resting on your bolster or a pillow that you may have at home. It's less tension, less pressure on the body. Sometimes we come to yoga just to check in with ourselves. Movement doesn't always need to be a workout. Showing up for ourselves can be as simple as pulling out the mat. Inhale here. And maybe on the exhale, you can sink the hips down a little closer to the heels. Two more breaths in this posture. One more breath. From here, we'll look forward on our inhale. And on the exhale, we'll walk ourselves back. Keep your bolster or your pillow nearby if you have it. Our knees and our hips will stay in line, and we're gonna take a puppy pose. So you have the option to use this bolster or just to fully melt down. You can rest on the forehead or on the chin. See what your body's asking of you today. Let the shoulders soften. Let the spine open and melt all throughout the rib cage and the sides of the torso. We'll hold it here for 3 breaths. Gently begin to push yourself up, slowly, mindfully. And we'll press our hands into our mat, almost a little further than that normal cat-cow, only so we have a wide range for what we're about to do. Our left knee is going to stay on our mat, and we're going to press our right foot outside of the right wrist, coming into a wide lunge here. You can either keep this high up, or you can go deeper. There's no right way to do this posture. Just make sure that your toes are pointed, your knee is down. You can stay here simply pressing into the hands, or you can drop down to the elbows or onto your bolster or pillow. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Beautiful. Press into the hands, slightly bend into that left knee and send that right leg back, moving slowly. And we'll press into our tabletop now, fingertips spread wide apart, hands under the shoulders, wrists under the shoulders, toes tucked. Just being in this neutral tabletop here. Feeling the blood disperse throughout the body, that neutral spine, the softened hips. Maybe you can wiggle them from side to side. Maybe making a C shape with the spine now. You can rock back and forth. The first few days of my cycle, I'm personally horizontal. I just am in bed most of the time. So it's nice to shift the body a bit. We're gonna take the other side now. Pointing the toes, personally I like to, pressing my toenails into the mat. The left foot will press outside of that left hand. We're dropping into our lizard pose yet again. Be sure that the knee does not come over the ankle. So you can scrunch that toe up a little further if that's happening. The toes. Softening the shoulders, softening the heart and the chest. Reminder that if you went deep on one side, you do not need to go as far on the other side. Sometimes our body's just asking of something different from us. So it's up to you to choose either what your ego's saying, or maybe listen to your intuition for today and move slow. 2 more breaths here. Last breath. From here, start to bend into that right knee again, tucking that left leg back. We're gonna come into a seat. You might wanna keep your props close to you. We have some options here. You can either take your butterfly fully laying on your back, or this is possibly one of my favorite postures. You can create a little bridge for yourself, letting your hips align with that bolster and dropping yourself down on the bolster or the pillow. Might work with the pillow. And opening the arms up to the side, reclined butterfly. Feeling that tension in the muscles and the hips, the groin area. Gently opening. So it doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. You can breathe into where there's that discomfort. And on the exhale, feel the muscles melting. Very long and slow inhale. Maybe resting the hands on the lower belly. Slower exhale. Taking the longest inhale that you've taken today. And an even longer exhale, emptying the lungs. Eyes opened or closed. If you're indoors, being grateful for the roof above your head. If you're outdoors, how can you not be grateful? We're surrounded by beauty. Even if you live in a big city, look up. Look up at the clouds, look up at the sky. You're not alone, the world is huge. We may feel small. Maybe we should just treat it as our playground instead. Never feel small, just feel like there's so much room for you to be, to exist. On your next inhale, if you're using the bolster, you can bring your chin to your chest and pull yourself up. But if you're laying down, just stay down. Enjoy the ride. We're all gonna meet in a happy baby now. Laying on our backs, grabbing the outer edges of our feet and bending those knees into the elbows or the armpits, rocking from side to side if you'd like, or staying still with that happy baby. Up to you. I like to be still. Some people like to grab their big toes with the peace fingers, index and middle. That's also an option. Allows your shoulders to melt down a little more. The spine to almost feel massage. And the last suggestion for our last posture, one of my favorites, I think it's really powerful in this time as well. You can grab the insides of your ankles, toes will point down, and just let yourself open up here. Feeling powerful where you are. Letting the heart open up and melt down, the spine fully meeting the mat. The upper back, maybe creating a little gap on the mid-back for a different sensation. And finally, hugging those knees into your chest. Rocking from side to side. We're going to drop into our corpse pose, but before we do, you have the option to bring a pillow under your knees or your bolster. Creates this really yummy support for yourself. You can readjust yourself, your shoulder blades, wherever you feel comfortable. It's okay to move around until you're comfortable in Shavasana, creating the perfect situation for yourself. Hands can rest on the earth, or the palms can actually rest on your lower belly, your womb. Softening your face. If you're cramping, do your best to breathe through it. If your emotions are heightened and you're feeling sensitive, take a deep breath in. Allow those emotions to feel seen. Know that your sensitivity is a power in itself, and exhale, let it go. You deserve that deep breath. You deserve this moment for yourself. Continue breathing and allowing yourself to be seen by you. We don't tend to take time to thank ourselves. Letting yourself fully melt into the earth. Imagining this light pouring into the earth, this light that is you, your existence, your presence. Allowing the earth to pour itself into you as well. If you're on your menstrual cycle, you're doing exactly what the earth does. Creates, destroys. Our bodies had the potential to create. But today we're shedding. Just like the trees shed the leaves. The snake sheds its skin. It's just part of the cycle. There are so many people shedding at the same time, going through the same cycle as we are. So that's why I say we're never alone. We're all emotional. We're all sensitive. Most of us needed this moment, menstrual cycle or not. Beginning to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Reaching your arms up and over your head. Creating room to breathe into those lungs and exhale. Let's do one more of these, taking a deep morning stretch. Involving the legs, the toes, and the torso now, maybe even arching the back and hugging one knee into your chest. Slowly swapping legs. Eventually hugging both knees into your chest. Maybe rocking from side to side, maybe massaging the back of your head. And if you have a headache right now, that means you're dehydrated, so get some water in you. Maybe take some iron. Have a good hearty meal after this. Rolling yourself to one side. Making a pillow with your hands. Honoring this point of your cycle. Knowing that it'll come again. Almost in this little circular shape. Creating a bubble around you. Honoring the cycle that is your life. And slowly pressing yourself up into a seat. Crossing the legs, eyes can be open or closed, removing the glutes to create a comfortable seat for yourself. Feeling all of that power lying at the pelvic floor, all of that presence, that potential energy waiting to be used. Letting the hands meet in prayer at the heart. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you all for showing up in a vulnerable time, a sensitive time. And most of all, thank you for showing up for yourselves. A lot of people don't do that, and it makes us better people for us and those around us. My name is Allison. I'm surrounded by bugs. And if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. But I'm mostly active here where we can truly connect and feel better. Take care of yourself. Namaste.